Thank you for being here today. We had a good
Excuse
day
me, ma'am.
in court.
Please say and spell your first and last name.
Karen Tumlin with the National Immigration Law Center for Plaintiffs, Valle del Sol. Today, we took into court our civil rights challenges to Arizona's Show Me Your Paper provision, asking the court to stop implementation of this provision to make sure that individuals are not subjected to unlawful and prolonged detention. In addition, we brought out our claim today that this part of the law is infected with racial discrimination, that race and national origin considerations played a motivating factor in the passage of the law, and for that reason, it must be blocked.
Okay, but let's talk to that point. You know, the fact is, you're making an argument that 31 members of the House, 16 members of the Senate, and the governor, the majority, had racial motivation. Isn't that outrageous?
No. Number one, that's not what the law requires proof of. The law doesn't require proof to show that every single individual who voted for the law was motivated by racism. What the law says is, it is inappropriate to legislate in the United States based on someone's national origin or based on their race. If you can show that that was a motivating consideration, it's the equivalent of legislative poison, and the law must be stopped. What I'd like to do is tell you why it matters. Why does it matter if Section 2B takes effect? We presented compelling evidence of what will happen to individuals. We presented evidence of what happened to Hugo Escobedo just recently after the Supreme Court decision. This is a young man who's here studying in Phoenix. His parents are lawful permanent residents. He's in the process of adjusting to become a permanent resident himself, and he was stopped and questioned under Section 2B even before it was allowed to take effect. He was subject to a routine traffic stop where he quickly moved out of the way to avoid a collision, stopped for stealing tires. Because of what he looked like and because of the documents he presented, he was subjected to questioning. After he was let go on that traffic offense, the officer came back to his house late at night, took him down to immigration officials. Immigration officials who have no interest in this young man, a young man who is studying, who is on his path to becoming a resident in the United States. That is the kind of harms that would be everywhere if 2B is allowed to take effect. I'd like to ask Saul.
But quickly.
I'll be available for questions after.
Is your lawsuit too early to survive? Is it going to survive a facial challenge when the Supreme Court said no?
Our lawsuit is absolutely not too early. The Supreme Court said it could not enjoin the law as a facial matter on the record before the Supreme Court. There was no equal protection claim before the Supreme Court. There was no Fourth Amendment claim, and significantly, none of the evidence we presented in court today was available before the U.S. Supreme Court. I'd like to turn it over to Sal and then Victor.
First of all, the people finally have their day in court. The government had their day in court and took it all the way to the Supreme Court. Now, Section 2B is in the public eye. The discrimination that is going to bring about, the disproportionate impact on our community has been already acknowledged by the judge itself. Now, it's up to our attorneys to basically get all that evidence that we already have. Like she was saying, every day people are getting stopped, and they're getting stopped for no other reason than the color of their skin. We did a really small survey in one street. Out of 35 people questioned, 20 had been stopped for only license, not only other thing but the license, because they didn't have any other traffic infraction. What is going on today is already happening. Once this law is implemented fully, it's going to be even worse. So we say we have our day in court. We will keep on fighting. Tonatierra as a plaintiff will keep on going and making sure that the violations of human rights, of civil rights against our communities stop right now. And we really appreciate the work that MALDEF, the work that ACLU, the work that all those organizations are doing to finally bring the people's fight to the forefront. It's no longer the U.S. government versus Arizona. Now it's the people versus Arizona. Muchas gracias.